What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel today. And if you guys are actually brand new to the channel, make sure you guys actually hit that like button, subscribe to the channel below. And here's a pro tip on how to actually become a slayer in Modern Warfare. Now, if you guys don't know what a slayer is, I mean all around slayer. Slayer is mostly like for people that actually run around the map, not really worrying about objectives, nor just worrying about actually being a team sport, but actually just like the kill whore. And what I mean by kill whore, I mean people that be having over 60 to 80 plus gameplays, and this is a perfect video for you guys on how to actually become one. Now, if you guys don't know, in order to become a slayer, it always requires with good teammates. And what I mean by good teammates, I'm not talking about like teammates that are just as random. So I'm talking about if you're gonna run in a party, make sure you run it in at least like a 6-man or maybe a 4-man. Maybe even if it's a 2-man, just run in just a small party. Don't really run into 6-man, because 6-man you're not really gonna get a lot of kills. But if you run in like a 2-man, you and your little teammate, guys can actually dominate the whole game. And it's all just required with just simple task force of just playing along. And what I mean by playing along, I mean just work together. Like, there's been times where I literally had just me and my friend, we just actually just run around just getting over 80 to 60 plus kills each. And the reason why I said running a small party is because if you run a small party, it's good for you and your teammate to actually run. It's advanced UAV, VTOL, chopper gunner. It's easy for you guys to actually just, hold down the game and make sure you guys can actually stack up the kills and actually just run UAV, advanced UAV, even counter. Even if you run personal radar, it still actually is good in the game. But for me, I would like to just run VTOL, chopper gunner, and advanced just to get high kill gameplays, and especially just try to upload to the channel that is actually worth getting. Now, I do have like a bunch of videos now that I actually have it where I get over 100 plus and 80 plus, but it's I'm not really worrying about 100 plus. I'm really just worrying about just getting a bunch of feeds in it. If it gets like a lot of feeds in it, I like to put it in my channel because that's what I like to do. Any gameplay that's over 100 plus, not even just as a single nuke, but just if it gets a lot of kills and if it's just rapid, I like to upload them. And that's what everybody just wants to do. They like to get high kill gameplays. When it came down to the 65 kill gameplay, that's what I like to get. I like to get high kills. And because you want to become a slayer, it's just simple steps. Just one, always run with a teammate. Running with a teammate that you got in a party is actually good. It doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, doesn't matter. Just make sure you run with a party. The second thing is to stack up kill streaks. Stacking up kill streaks can actually hold you with longer kill streaks. So if you are running a 3-man, make sure all 3 of them is just running an advanced UAV. Running an advanced UAV can actually help you out with you just getting high kills and not dying. That's how to raise your KD as up as well too. The fourth thing is just make sure that you actually have a good map. Good map awareness and actually knowing the map style is just perfect for you. Because if you actually know the map, you know where they're gonna spawn at. Doesn't matter if it's objective or not. If you know where the spawns is and if you know how to actually pinpoint where they're gonna spawn at, that's actually is good too. The next thing I want to talk about is kill streaks. Any kill streaks that you actually use for like getting high kills within one kill streak is probably as these type of kill streaks that I'm about to talk about. One is a Wilson. A Wilson gets you a lot of kills knowing that it's in the spawn. And a Wilson is actually good for ground war if you guys are a ground war player. But I'm not really much of a ground war player. I do have a ground war gameplay that I'm going to upload tomorrow for the M13 on how to spawn trap on a map called Palace. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the new ground war map that's actually had in the game. But a cruise missile, precision airstrike, gunship, VTOL, support helo, all them little high kill streaks that you guys probably can't earn. It can actually be earned throughout mostly through kill chain. So I said put that perk on, you can actually get your kill streaks faster. That's what I like to use half the time, especially in ground war, because ground war is a lot of people, and with a lot of people you can actually get like a precision airstrike off of 5 kills. Put in a spawn, you probably get over like 6 to 7 kills with it. Like I said, guys, this is actually as a game breaker, and the reason why I say it's a game breaker is because a lot of people don't know how to actually get high kill gameplays. Most actually people they've considered high kill gameplays is probably like 40 to 50 kills, when you can actually get over 60 to 80 to even 100 plus, even by just running these type of kill streaks in the game. Now the next thing, guys, I want to talk to you guys about is your creative class setup. And the reason why I'm asking about your creative class is because whatever y'all actually put on your guns for the creative class can affect you. And the reason why I say can affect you is because a lot of things you guys put on your class setup don't be having fast ADS speed, or don't have a lot of accuracy, no range. Whatever makes the gun actually have it as balances, the attachment actually will improve it. And the reason why I say it is improve it is because that's what makes the gun the best gun in the game. Like for M4 is Kilo, MP5, whatever gun that's actually is overrated That's why we actually make them as for titles as overpowered, one shot, whatever that it actually has, like no recoil. This is why we actually put them in the game for you guys, and then you should put them on YouTube for you guys, because this is what the attachment makes the gun overpowered. The next thing I want to tell you guys about is your settings. Now the reason why we have is the best settings for updates at the patch is because a lot of you guys probably are not running the sensitivities or running the audio settings. Whatever you guys actually don't actually put in your settings can actually affect you. And the reason why I say it can affect you is because it's your playstyle. If you're running like a low sensitivity, in this COD I would probably not suggest running a low sensitivity. In this gameplay and most of throughout my games, I actually run as a 7, probably a 7-8 or probably an 8-9, depending on how I actually feel. But in this game, I actually do be running like is a 7-7, just in case, like if anything actually gets casualty. Now, in the beginning, I was actually running as a 6-6, but I actually improved more with the 7-7. Like I said, in this game, it does take time with sensitivity, and the reason why I say it takes time is because you can't just get to a sensitivity and just be like, oh yeah, I'm about to play a 14-14 and not playing good with it. It takes time. And especially what I like to do is whenever I hop on Modern Warfare or any other Call of Duty, I like to always load up against bots first to actually get the feeling of the sensitivity, and before just hopping the game, just throw myself in it, because whatever I just throw myself into, it actually can affect me. And the reason why I said it can affect me personally is because when I wake up, or if I just came back from actually doing something, it can actually just mess up my sensitivity. Not gonna lie, it does mess up anybody else that actually feels that way too. I can't just hop on a game and just be like, oh yeah, I'm about to just drop 50 or 40 plus kills in it. Nope, I can't do that. That's why the first thing what I like to do is, once I come back after being gone for 10 or plus hours, is literally just warm up against bots. The first thing I actually do, I don't hop in no public game before not actually warming up against bots before I actually test my shot. So that's a pro tip for you guys to actually know to actually do before actually load up into any Modern Warfare game or any other Call of Duty game. And the last thing we're going to talk about in this video, guys, is audio settings. Now if you guys don't know, audio settings is your boost high, home theater, and what else that's in the game that's far as for your playstyle that you can actually hear. Now the reason why I'm talking about this is because this is what actually gets you probably killed the most in this game, but it can actually be your advantage. Now the reason why I say that is because if you guys don't know, what actually is your audio settings is what makes you can hear, as far as for like footsteps, people coming around corners, people can be across the map if possible, and you can actually hear them. But what I actually have is boost high. The reason why I say boost high is because for anything as far as for like kill streaks, that actually is in the air, for like VTOLs, I can't really hear. But then what I did was I actually toned my settings to where I can actually lower the effects in the game, but I can actually hear footsteps. And the reason why I lowered the effects in the game is because whenever like a VTOL is above me, or like lay across the map or a middle map, I can't really hear. And especially if I have on Astros or just any other type of headphones that can actually sound horror. But I actually make sure that my boost high is on, because I actually turned down effects so that if any type of effects are in the game, as far as for like kill streaks or just anybody calling out, I can't hear, but I can actually hear their footsteps. And the reason why I say that is because you got a sound horn in this game to actually know where the person or enemy is coming from, to know that you can actually pinpoint where they're coming from, any type of direction, and more. Now guys, make sure you guys actually like this video, subscribe to the channel below. It's your boy Bipolar, and I'm out.